Well, hello all you wonderful people out there in YouTube land. This is a Texas Special. I welcome you to the Texas Special YouTube channel. And for this month's O-Gauge product review, we are taking a look at this MTH Railking Classic Auto Transport flat car with two gorgeous red die-cast 1957 Chevy bel-airs. This is a really cool little flat car here. I was able to pick this up at Papa Ben's for, I want to say, $35 or $40, which is a pretty good deal. These cars, brand new, normally run anywhere in the $50 to $60 range. All the lettering on this car is immaculate. Everything is well done. The deck detailing is pretty straightforward for a Railking car. For those of y'all that don't know, Railking is MTH's base model train set 027 type stuff. This car is good for 027, so there's no commercially available curvature in O-gauge that this guy will not run on. So anybody with track of any size curves can run this guy. Let's zoom in and take a look. We'll start off with the trucks and some of the load lettering and whatnot. Alright, now all the lettering and numbering on this car is legible. Big shocker with O-gauge, right? You have here some frictionless bearing type trucks. This car is loosely based on a standard transition era 40-foot flat car. You've got the cast on stirrup steps here and steps just like this on the other three corners of the car. You have the spring detailing here on the trucks, but unlike Lionel cars, this thing is not sprung. If I push down on it, the truck springs don't compress like a Lionel's would. On the end of the car here, you have the magnetic thumbtack type uncoupler. Knuckle coupler. You've got the little metal disc right here. That little thing that pooching out right there by my pencil lead. That allows a magnetic uncoupling track section to grab a hold of this, pull the pin so that the coupler opens. Or if you want to do it the old-fashioned way, there is a little metal tab right here beside the coupler. Push down on it and the knuckle opens. Looking at the rest of the car, you can see that the lettering is very well done, very evenly applied. There's no flaking, cracking, or obvious transparency. And you have some nice rivet detailing here along the body of the car, where these little braces and whatnot are attached to the main beams of the car. And we'll come down and take a look at the other end, which is going to be identical to the end we just looked at. And you'll find the frictionless bearing type trucks and a magnetic operating knuckle coupler. I just want to take a moment to take a closer look at the cars that come with this flat car. They're both identical red, chrome and white Chevy bel-airs, but they're pretty cool little cars. You have chrome bumpers and grille details. You got chrome rims, rubber tires with white walls, nice evenly applied paint throughout, and clean and crisp separation between the silver chrome and the red and the white. Here we go looking at the front end of the car. That is just sharp as a razor, I'll tell you what. I am not a classic car guy per se, but I can appreciate the fine aesthetics of classic vehicles, and MTH has done a great job with all the way down to the Chevrolet emblem there on the nose of the hood. And then looking at the rear of the car, same thing. Nice Chevy emblem on the back there. You got the... My only complaint is that they didn't take the time to actually paint the tail lights and turn signals and whatnot. If you look inside the car, you can see there's actually some interior detail in there. You got a steering wheel, you got the bench seats, you got all of it there. You know, very nicely done detailing on these little Chevys. Okay, looking at the A end of the car, you have some cast on grab irons here. You've got the magnetic operating knuckle coupler. That's pretty much it. I'm going to flip this thing around to the B end. Which is pretty much identical to the A end. The only difference is on the A end, or excuse me, on the B end, you've got the handbrake. Looking at the car from above with the load off of it, you can see you have this diamond plate here on the deck. This is on both ends of the car, both the A end and the B end. You have these diamond plate metal, supposed to be metal, but they're plastic wheel chocks, simulating metal. And you have the deck with some nice rivet detailing all the way throughout. Looking at the other half of the car, the A end half of the car, you'll see it is identical to the B end. No real shock there. You'll notice these screws right here and right here. Those are what actually hold the deck and side of the body of the car to the underframe of the car, which we're going to take a look at right now. You can see it's very, very Spartan. There's nothing really to talk about, and there isn't really a one-piece frame to speak of. You've got this little end piece right here that's the truck is affixed to, and you have an identical setup on the other end, and there's the bottom half of the screw that holds this in, along with, you'll notice there were two black little nubs on the tops of the decks at the ends of the car. You know, these slide in, push up, and are screwed in. So there is no true frame for this car. You've got some underframe detailing here in the way of like cross beams and rivets and whatnot, but you know, again, this is not a scale car. This is a train set, an 027 type car. Looking at the other side of the car, purely so we can check out the handbrake detailing, because the other end of the car is identical to the other side of the car. You have the rods and linkages and whatnot all present along here along the side of the car with the separately applied handbrake. Now this handbrake and these wheel chocks are essentially the only separately applied details on the car other than the loads, which the loads technically are not part of the car. Okay, now that we've gotten through the boring technical stuff, we're going to get to the fun part of this product review, and we're going to put this guy on the rear of a train and we're going to send him around the track on main track 3. Behind my son's Lion Chief KCS Tier 4 Jevo.
Rear defect detector, milepost 63.9, detector out.
label.